It's interesting because you've never been the beef guy, but at one point you got dissed by Eminem and Dre on that one song.
Yeah.
What led up to that? Because I had read that you had done some interviews where you took some shots at him, or is that not true?
Nah, it was really just about it was me being competitive and telling the truth. And you know, this industry ain't made of 10 Jermaine Dupris, right? So, you know, when people hear me talk, sometimes people think I'm boasting. You know, I just posted this yesterday. Tyler, the Creator, was talking to Usher, and he told him he just found out a year ago that I'd be writing songs. He thought I was just a producer. So it's like, you know, like I said, it's myths, just like the thing I was telling about my dad. It's like, it's stories out here about people that don't actually know nothing. Like you just asked me about Usher. You said you wrote Confessions Part 2. The way you said it almost sounded like you didn't know I wrote Burn and all these other songs that's on that album. All the other songs that was hits, that I wrote those songs as well. Yeah. But people focus on it the way that they focus on it. So it was a conversation about, if you put 3 producers in a room, who's gonna come out with a song first? And I said me. And, you know, at the time that I said it, people didn't digest it the way they supposed to. They probably still won't. They probably gonna watch this and be like, oh, you don't know what he's talking about. You know, I'll say that to 3 other producers now. If you put me in a room and put 2 other producers in a separate room, I don't need no writers. I ain't got to call nobody over there. I don't need a whole bunch of people. I'm going to do the whole shit by myself right there in the room. That's what I was saying at that particular point in time. Okay. And people didn't like it. And it came, and that was the biggest part of it. I never actually said, oh, you were whack and this, that, and that. I feel like Dr. Dre is the best, greatest producer in hip hop. I told him that afterwards. Me and him, we cool, and I let him know that.
Right, because you guys became friends afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, we was friends before this. It was just like I said, people be competitive and they hear things and they want to take at it. I'm glad. By the way, I'm glad that Eminem dissed me and said what he said in that song, because now my point, what he did to me, is let everybody know how far ahead of the game I was when he said it, because everybody that raps now is under 21 years old.
Pretty much. I mean,
that should let you know how far ahead of the game I was, because I got this for working with artists that was under 21. Now look at hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, I think people really sleep on the contribution. Like, if you really go through and the problem is these days is, when you and I were growing up, you'd have a CD and you'd open it up. You could look at the liner notes. You could see who produced what, who wrote what. That's gone with Spotify. I mean, I don't even know if you could access that anymore.
Yeah, I think they got it. I think, like, you could see liner notes on Serato. It'd be coming up there.
On Serato, but not really on a consumer Spotify.
Yeah, I think they see it. On iTunes, it's definitely there. I don't know about Spotify.
Right, but what I'm saying is that it's not the same level of visibility. So people don't know who wrote what. People don't know what produces.
But that's now. Yeah. We talking about back then. It was different. But my point still is just that, majority of the industry was dissing me because they thought I worked with kid artists, which was funny because the only kids that I only ever worked with was Bow Wow and Criss Cross. Everybody else was at least 16 or better, right? But, these artists were just so big, and they were big to people's minds, that it seemed like, oh, that's all Jermaine does. But like I said, with that being said, anybody that said that, they actually let me see how them saying that lets me see how far ahead of the game I was, because nobody was even messing with rappers that was like that. They thought it was a problem to have a rapper that was under 21. I never saw that. I never thought about that ever.
Yeah. And I mean, the amount of people you produced was also just all over the place, from a 12-year-old Bow Wow to, you worked with Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
To, I guess you did Don't by Bryson Tiller.
No. He took lyrics from me.
Oh, he took the lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he basically sampled one of your
He actually sung lyrics.
that you wrote.
Yeah. I mean, that's happening a lot. You know, the new Russ record, well, it's not a new record, but he got a new song that he actually sampled Jagged Edge, He Can't Love You. You know, it's my music.